Hey, welcome to the channel. It's Dave. If you're new here, my name is Dave. If you're not here, if you're not new here, my name's still Dave. Wow, I really messed that up. Probably should edit that out, but what the heck. Let's go with it. Today, real quick video. We're talking about I'm putting together a feeding station for bees. So there are two ways to feed bees. One is to set out food for them, which basically consists of sugar water, sugar syrup, simple syrup. Set it outside, let the bees come to it, they feast on it, they gorge on it, they have a grand old time. The other way is to put it in specialized feeders in the hives. They feast on it, they gorge on it, they have a grand old time. Both have some advantages and disadvantages. Biggest advantage of an outside feeder is that you can put a lot of sugar into the bees' hives for them for the winter in a very short amount of time. Not nearly as much stress, not nearly as much effort on your part, not nearly as much work. The other thing though is in my case, I have a video coming out shortly showing where in fact this video may come out before that video, which is kind of weird, but just imagine you have a time machine. So we have a video coming out where we extract the honey from the hive, and we of course video the hive that we're following. And I got to tell you right now, those girls were not happy. They're never happy when you take their honey away in the fall, but this was an unmitigated frenzy at one point. So, but anyway, that's a little teaser for what's coming up. In the meantime, I've treated all the hives are right now being treated with formic acid for mites, and the recommendations are that you do not feed bees externally or internally while you're treating them for mites. It's not that the formic acid does something to the food or anything like that. There's been studies, I believe, that show that it interferes with some of the bees' normal daily processing when they are dealing with the formic acid and with having an internal feeder. So we're going to feed them externally because those are going to be on for 2 weeks, and I don't want to lose 2 weeks of feeding. I do know with relative certainty that there's only one other beekeeper within a mile of me. He's a first year beekeeper. I've actually met with him. He seems very nice, very good. But that's one of the knocks of external feeding is you're going to be feeding every bee in the neighborhood, whether it be your bee or not be your bee, to be or not to be. So that's one of the knocks, but I don't think I'm going to have a ton of outside bees. And honestly, if his bees come over and eat, they probably could use it. So because they're all first-time hives, I don't mind. He's only got 2 hives. It should be fine. So let's get into it real quick here. After a long introduction, let's get into it quick. Sorry. We've got I'm going to turn you around here. I'm going to put my hand over the camera. That's all the stuff I do so well. So we're on the edge of the property here. You can see where the yellow flowers start. That's not me. That's just all open wild, which is nice. Grows up. It has a lot of goldenrod in it, which the bees utilize immensely this time of year, and they do well with it. But so we have a plastic barrel, ubiquitous plastic water barrel. I've had this thing forever. I used to keep duck decoys in it, a couple other things, and it served many different purposes. But now it's going to be a bee feeder. So what we did was we filled it about halfway with water, and this is it's not a 50-gallon drum, I don't believe, because it's been cut down, but it's at least a 35. So it's got about it's probably got about 160 or so pounds of water in there. A pound of water, a gallon of water is roughly 8 pounds, I believe. So it's about 20 gallons of water in there, to which we've added 150 pounds of sugar. Now, normally in the fall, you like to do a heavier, that's a 1-to-1 mix. You would want to do even more. I'll do a heavier mix after they drink these. So I've got 6 hives that are in close proximity to this, and then 4 more hives that I'm going to put a feeder there as well, but they are close enough that they could possibly be involved in this as well. So we've added the water, we've added the sugar, stirred it all up. I actually pulled this water out of the well. I use a hose, but we have a well about 3 days ago and let it sit in the barrel for 3 or 4 days to warm up, because when it comes out of the ground it's still pretty cold and the sugar doesn't mix as well. So letting it sit in the sun here, it's been pretty hot for the last couple days, has done nicely to warm it up and make the sugar go into concentration better. So I have these, what I did was, and I'll tell you why in a second, we have these mesh bags that I use for everything, use them for onions, potatoes, garlic, whatever. Grabbed a couple of those and laid a mat down. On top of that, I've got these old wood scraps, all untreated lumber, pine mostly, and we have spread that on top, because what will happen is when the bees find this, they're going to dive on top of this, and they're going to just literally, they'll dive right into it and drown. So we don't want that. What we want is for them to be able to get on top, work the edges, and then they will bring it down over the course of time naturally. So what we do is we're going to set that right there like that. See if I can do all this one-handed. Oh, and then we're going to put a lid on it. And the lid will keep the rainwater out. I'll put a couple bricks on there in a second. But as you can see from the side, then the bees can still get in and they can access the feed. A couple bricks on top. And then I've got some old comb that's got some honey still in it. It's got quite a bit of honey. I'm going to pour that right there. That will give a nice scent that'll draw the bees to the area. And hopefully this 150 pounds of sugar, hoping and expecting they'll have it, it'll be gone in about 4 days. So we'll see how that goes. In the meantime, so we're going to do that today. Probably going to do some garden cleanup. And I've got some cucumbers that I've been letting turn yellow on the vine so that I can save the seeds from them. And definitely got that going on as well as always craziness with the chickens. So I hope you're having a good day. I hope you did something today to be more independent. And as always, stay safe, stay prepared, and I'll see you on the next video. Have a good one. Thank you.